enough just to make sure it works, so we're going for it, just to let you know. I was like, I'm not going to that again.
You get Reynolds up and running?
No, we got the plant set, we're just waiting on the permit to connect.
And that's ideal?
Yep, should be a couple weeks.
Marty, how you doing?
Good, Tom, how are you?
I think I'll,
Let's see.
So is that Sarah?
How's it going?
Good deal with
I
Sarah.
don't think I'm
This is your inspector.
Sydney Dicing.
The
Okay, so
permit
yeah.
issue
Let's make it.
is
I'll
not.
see you.
we,
Let's do. Hi. Did you get any, money yet?
no,
No.
no. No, we didn't get anything. Not even a tour. Like popcorn?
Yeah, we're hitting her hard now. It's
Yeah.
getting dry, it almost, when it got dry.
Is that really your
It
secret?
got dry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick.
yeah. We pulled off we pulled the one machine, that was on- the big machine was on beans.
I can just use my
We
finger.
pulled it off
Oh, and then
last week,
there's-
and cornmeal on it, so getting going.
Sorry, I'm going slow, Tom. I'm going slow. I'm looking at them all.
How you doing? Good, how are you? Good.
Man, what did everybody ask me?
Yeah,
Looked your dad today, he was picking up some rocks.
you're Joe Biden.
Yeah, Stan's got ideas.
You guys had to go back through every sheet of paperwork, though. For an entire year.
Hopefully that did work.
He said it's quite a project.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, and I have, this stamps lasted 6
we're trying
years.
to slide it over there.
I had to refill it. I
Yeah.
complained for probably the last year that it needs new ink, but I don't do anything about it.
$30 seconds.
I was just gonna say.
That battery's still not here.
Slow all the time.
Evidently.
There's,
Yeah.
Might have been on one of the first people up with all the drugs on it.
One of the shipping containers with no over.
That is,
Those are,
Well, that was a sight, wasn't it?
yeah, do those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably one of those.
All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. Today is Wednesday, October 1st. The time is 6:30 PM. The town council requests that people not talk between themselves during this meeting. Our meetings are live video, so others who are not able to attend the town council meetings can be informed. If you need to speak with somebody, please go outside for that conversation, and we appreciate your cooperation on that. And then I want to start off the meeting with condolences for Greg Stone. He was a vital part of this community. He had a lot to do with, he was town council president, and he also was worked for the town as the town manager and helped us out after retirement when we really needed him. And we really thank him and prayer to his family. Do you have anything on that? Okay. And prayer for Susie, as she was lifelined out this last weekend, and she's not able to attend the meeting today, although she is at home. I don't know if they found out what was wrong with her, but she was not able to attend today, so we pray for her. And then, have you had an opportunity to read the previous minutes?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve minutes as presented.
I'll second, all in favor? Aye. All right, motion carried. And Harvey, you're up first.
Well, I'm here more for information than to give you anything.
Okay.
I've been kind of interested in the park. In fact, I've talked to a few people a year ago, to your predecessor in the office, and I think I mentioned to you, out at the park, the tennis court and pickleball court is in such disrepair. Mm-hmm. And I know, I guess one thing now isn't, I know there's some changes being made on who owns it or whatever, and or what was being done on the park, whether it be township or town, whatever.
Well, the town owns it.
Okay.
However, it was annexed. We own the property, but only a small portion of it was actually inside the town limits. I think it was just to the south of the water plant.
Okay.
Everything north was not we just annexed that. So now that gives the town an opportunity to bring in a park board and do fundraisers or grants and stuff.
Okay, so that is the intention then, is to be a park board and to do that, the park board? Mm-hmm. Is that park board only going to be from within the town limits, or will that be within Salem Township that people could serve on that?
Justin, our lawyer, kind of touched on that at our last meeting a little bit. He said basically it's our decision, but you want to have representatives from like the unincorporated part of town and the incorporated part, and then political parties be opposite, or he just was suggesting things to us. But we were still getting finalization information from Jolyn on the finishing touches of the annexation. So we wanted to make sure that was all done before we even move forward with the park board. But really, it's up to our discretion as a board who's on the parks board.
Mm-hmm. Well, and if you consider only within town or within the township,
Yeah.
That'd be up to you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I would encourage that you would allow people in the township if there's people interested.
Yeah.
So we've got a little funds that we could put towards something, but we don't want to put it towards something that people don't know what they want to do yet. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And if things move along and you've got some vision of what you want to do, we'd like to visit with you. Whether it be on the park or something else in town for the community that would be good for everybody. We're not just looking to build a tower or something.
No, we were talking before about the community center, kind of redoing that somewhat and bringing up to speed as far as the look of it, and along with that, the bathrooms down there, and make those more ADA compliant and cleaner. So
when you say the community building, are you talking about the enclosed?
The indoor park shelter, yeah.
Okay, the one that has the walls that come down, or is that the one?
The garage doors, yeah.
Yeah.
we haven't discussed exactly what anybody really wants on it, and that would be something more or less geared towards, a park we're talking about.
Yeah, and I was just a little bit about with Kitty. I don't know, have you got any thoughts on anything related to what, the park?
So I was just interested too in how the park board's coming in, if that's, actually going to happen and when, how soon, because, several people have talked to me about wanting to donate to it, but they don't want to do it till the park board is formed and kind of what the plan is. So I think, if there's people that are willing to give, we need to keep it moving.
Yeah, and I know, it was either me or Susie asked Justin, like, the stipulations for the park board, at our last meeting. So hopefully, in my eyes, I would like to see it like early next year, that we actually start, forming a board and everything. But I think Tom knows as well as I do, it's, park board, I'm hopeful, but it's really difficult to get volunteers to join, committees. And so we're hoping that's not the case with the park board.
Personally, I think there's a lot of people that have talked to me that are interested in it, so hopefully that'll mean that's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe
yeah, we really
start-
don't have like a timeline necessarily, but.
Can you start putting fillers out there, like who would be interested? So when you get it going, then you've got that done,
Yeah.
maybe, to keep it moving?
Yeah,
I'll let those that have talked to me know that, maybe
Yeah.
to contact one
yeah,
or
I
something.
mean, yeah, they can contact either of us, Susie or Jolene, so.
But do you think it's gonna be township, or, I'll just tell them to contact you?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Go from there.
Justin just kind of touched on that very little, so, I don't know if there's like actual like legal stipulations, but we have to follow a certain like guideline as far as like the staggering of the board or anything like that either, so.
But they can at least you'd have names of who's interested.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
who'd like
at
to.
least that, yeah, there are people.
Maybe that'll tell you too, maybe most of them are in the township and not in town, I don't know,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, just, get with one of us and let us know.
And along those same lines, and I don't think that there is an endowment fund for the Francesville community. Is there like a Francesville community endowment fund of some kind?
Uptown Project
I was gonna
has
say, I
one.
know
Uptown Project
Uptown
has
has
one.
They do have an endowment fund?
Yes, they do,
So they are, whatever money goes into there, that money's not spent, it's just the earnings on it.
exactly.
Okay.
The earnings comes into Uptown.
Because I think there's been a lot and lots of people that have grown up, our kids, some of your kids probably, that have went off to school and just haven't come back, they've had a successful life somewhere else. And a lot of those people are going to donate charitably somewhere. And I think if we put the word out that we could get money to come to whether it be that fund or a different fund was set up, but an endowment fund, I think we could get money into that to where that would be there for years to come, to help the community.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Not necessarily from the park board, but I'm just talking about Francesville community that could be used.
The town of Francesville.
Yeah, whatever, need there might be that would make sense. And that would have to be run by a board too. I mean, that's not run by an individual.
Yeah,
And probably discuss with the lawyer too.
Yeah, you might ask them when you talk to them, about something like that.
Normally he's here.
he just left town.
That's all I got. Unless you got questions for me.
Not right now, but I already have wheels turning. So one of us will be in touch with you definitely, when it comes to the park board information, same with you, Kitty. And either of you or any of you in here, if you have people in mind, just get with one of us for the parks board, because we're open,
What I'll probably do is contact those that have talked to me and have them.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to give you their name, and I'd rather
Yeah,
them.
middleman kind of thing, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So if there was funds that need to go somewhere this calendar year before the end of the year, is that kind of out of the question then, probably?
Do you have a purpose for these funds right now? Or are you just wanting to donate for general?
Well, yeah, like I say, I'm not out to build a tower or to dig a
Yeah.
hole out here.
Yeah.
I guess if I don't know it's going to a place that makes sense to me, there's
Yeah.
other places I can go with it.
Okay.
Can he tag it, let's say if he wants to redo the tennis court, or have it go to there, not saying he's paying for the whole thing, can he tag that and then that money will be saved for that purpose or not. I don't know how that works through the town.
I don't
Because
see
I've
why
had
we
other
couldn't
people
do
ask me that too.
I don't
So,
see why we couldn't do that. And we just have to look at, have Justin, tell us the guidelines for that.
yeah,
Uh,
because, like Harvey said, if he wants to do something before the end of the year, you don't want to miss that opportunity.
How long is he gonna be gone, a week?
Just the weekend.
Okay.
I would say we can probably let you know next week.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
The legalities of it, I don't know anything about, that's kind of his.
Yeah, well, I know, talking to the community foundation, that when they could, I was asking them what some options might be, and they could set up a pass-through that would, they could make a park fund, for instance, that once something was set up, it could go, like they would hold it until something was set up. So it would be called a pass-through. Something like that could be a possibility. But if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have somebody who is kind of taking responsibility for it. Whether it be, I don't know if it would have to be a town board member or just and then your attorney may, be able to say that too, or someone like Kitty, or, I'm not sure who it would have to be, but, someone's gotta, kind of take the bull by the horns, I guess.
I would think that it'd probably have to be an account that would be set up that she would
Yeah.
watch over, but the town board would have to agree on, so that now one person can't just control the funds.
Yeah,
I would think it'd have to be something like that to be able to make it really work.
You probably could contact Luann and get more information too, so you know what she's thinking.
So, we can check into that as well.
no.
Anybody else have anything else on that? All right, fire department?
Last month we had 15 runs. We had 10 dog calls, 1 fire, 3 accidents, and 1 call for utilities. Fall festival went pretty good for the fire department, had a good turnout in the fish fry. Had a lot of compliments for the extrication that we did through the parade. A lot of people enjoyed that. There's a burn ban that was just put on today for Placer County, so no burning in the county. So hopefully be lifted if it rains someday.
Soon.
Soon, or it'll be better.
It'll dry.
It's getting dry. So that's all I got.
There was combine work yesterday, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Over.
yeah. Killed Pats, I think.
Huh?
Killed Pats.
Lance had a hot one today.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was very, they didn't have a fire.
Bad feeling.
All right, Lisa's not here today.
No, but I will say, we worked and got letters sent out to some of the residents for nuisance ordinance, and I believe he was in contact with, we had a kid on a scooter issue. I believe he got in contact with them. And that's all I have really for his side.
Street?
I'm gonna start out what Ken Smith's up, since we're going to streets, right?
Okay.
That way he can get out of here as well.
There's a map in a list of, Rich, I think there's like 4 or 5 copies, of the streets that the town wanted to do. The only ones not on there is the bumper from Morden, I thought it was Morden, it was Montgomery, so, but it should be 63,000. So cost estimates on that summary sheet on the front. So each one of the streets right there at the top should tell how much the total cost would be, and then the grant, and then the local amount. And then there's a breakout of each street in the grant. So each street will be broken out further. So now that he told me where it was, and I corrected my mistake, thank you. It would be 63,000 is what that would be for number 2,
And
which would be plumber from actually Montgomery.
Montgomery to Plummer?
Gordon.
To Gordon.
Plumber from Montgomery to Gordon.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's marked out in this small section, it's supposed to be
Yes.
the whole path, okay.
Correct. Which we took a little bit of what Tom had, what you had, and
Okay.
what our thoughts were on the next round of streets.
And what was the total?
Should be on the front page there. 63,000.
For that section.
Okay,
Then it would be 80/20.
okay.
Said it'd be the same as Bill Street.
Well, not saying Bill Street,
Okay.
it's almost the same length.
Okay.
and width. So that would be, I would, if you guys wanted to submit, I'd be happy to get it, take care of it for you. Well, thank you very much for meeting, to go over the logins. So if you wanted to submit anything, I'll prepare the local match letter. I don't know where your page is, but I can pull it offline. And then you have the cost estimates. We could go ahead and submit it to the ITAPS database, and I think it's set up now. I think we got set up now. Then we'll go ahead and get it submitted before the end of the month is when it's due.
And Jolene, off the top of your head, our funds for streets were way well covered with all of these, right, for next year? Okay.
You'd be able to bid sometime in April,
April?
probably when the plant's open. They wouldn't award the grant until after the plant's closed, which is probably December sometime. You could bid it as soon as you get the grant. I meant to say you could do the work in April, my apologies.
Okay.
We had to do it like we did last year, have one company come in.
Yeah, we
And
had
then
to be
sit down.
present for them to, yeah, to do the contract reading and everything.
Well, I didn't understand what you said. What do you want?
Well, last year was my first year doing this, and we had to have one company come in, and then we did estimates through them.
No,
But
but
after that,
that's what I just did.
okay,
No, that's all done. You wouldn't, I did that for you since we did it. So basically, we'll get you the grant, then you'll bid it out. So then you'll submit out bids to, say, Town and Country, to, probably Central Paving. I'm not sure if you have anybody else ever put bids on your jobs.
Country normally does.
yeah, that's who ends up coming in.
Central Paving will probably bid it for you, or you can get Milestone, or if you just want Town and Country, we'll put it on the newspapers. You know, you also send it to whoever you want to send it to. We can get old Cole in here, put his feet to the fire if you work with Cole.
Yeah,
The last time we only had 2 bids, Town and Country, and then there was one up towards Gary.
There. So that's what normally happens. You prepare the streets, tell me the streets, I prepare the bids, put it in the computer for you. When they award the grant, help you with the paperwork on that, because they'll send you an agreement. And then they'll send you a couple other forms, and you sign those, send them back, and then they'll put the money in your bank up front. So once you got the award, they'll send it to your bank, and you just hold it until they pay the streets. And then when they pay the streets, you put their money with your money. There'll be a closeout document, like we did last time, where it's go over and put down what was bid, what was placed, and it was over, under, and they'll send you a closeout document. So probably should have brought you a summary of the procedures, but I'll bring it next time. All right, you want to?
and then a real quick question, you had mentioned sidewalks, ADA. I just noticed, like, if you go down Montgomery, you get to Brown Street, there is no sidewalk, and the other day there was a family with their kids. They had to go out to the road and try to stay on the edge. Obviously, our sidewalk situation, we start addressing as well.
We've got 31 days to get the grant in, so we can revise the estimates and put sidewalks on there, any of these streets if you want to.
So, and under that, I guess we need to know how much money we have, where we're at with that.
So if
I'd
you-
say send it to its peak and get as much done as you can. ADA compliant sidewalks that are not existent, but need to be.
Take a look at one of the estimates if you wouldn't mind, it's page 2 or something like that. So we have the line items there on the left. Building, maintenance, traffic, et cetera, et cetera. You could add sidewalks to that, curb and gutters to that, drainage, anything you want as long as you're building the road. So if you want to add to that street, just write it down there and give it to me and I'll prepare the estimate. Or if you want me to meet, come up and go over with you, I'd be happy to do that. I'll be your contractor to do that, which
Now,
what you're supposed to do anyway.
with that, though, it has to be the street that we're paving, correct? It has to touch the, okay, that's what I thought. Because when we did it in the past, that's how.
And it has to have the things at the
Yeah.
end.
88.
That's what we're supposed to be doing this year.
Yeah.
If you want to meet and go over that and revise those estimates, be happy to do it. I just put down what I assumed when we talked in there.
Right, but that's where we said is streets.
Yeah.
We,
Then after I was going to the gas station the other day, you had mentioned sidewalks, and that family had to wait so they could even, you know.
yeah, we've got 31 days or 30 days, so got plenty of time if you want to meet Monday or Tuesday, or if you just want to mark it up, be happy to come up and drive it.
What's ever convenient for you, how's that?
I'll give you a call tomorrow and tell you which day,
Perfect.
and then we can go over it and
Let's get her done.
we can
Let's
revise
go
this.
and go over how much we've got left in the funds.
Yeah, we'll
because
meet
we
with her
obviously
and
don't
then-
run out for next year.
We'll get it done.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
After this, it'll be a while before we can do it again, that's for sure. Took 5 years to get that, so. All right, sounds good.
Then, they put the software on your computer now. In 2 weeks, they'll put the equipment on the tower. And hopefully about a month from now, they'll start putting meters in it. That's what I understand, so it's not to a slow start. We're getting there. So,
Okay, that's great.
I'll talk to you more.
Thank you very much.
very much.
Next year.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
All right, water, or sewer?
Go ahead. Wire, we met with, go ahead. I was just gonna say, we met with EJP, went over the equipment to start install as far as the tower goes. Made sure all the equipment is here, things are gonna start rolling, I'd say within, like Ken said, within 3 weeks.
Because they have to do the tower first, right? And
Yeah.
then they start, right, and so I thought that's up.
And technically, we already have one of the cam strut meters out at Premier, so we're gonna start using that. We'll ping that off the tower and right away. We'll go to the edge of, we'll go out to like Harvey's, because he's the furthest point east.
Okay.
Go up to the highway where the gas company used to be, to dial things in. So that's water.
In sewer?
Sewer, go ahead.
This is kind of sewer and water with the, what's it,
Just,
with the guy we have now in our sewer we're working with. He's almost non-existent. We've been working with Dave Whaley
Dustin.
and Dustin, but we're working with Dave Whaley. He's a one-way contact all the time. The other guy never answers the phone when we call him. We have to call Dave. So we would like to work with Dave solely and work with the contract with him if possible. Dave's willing to do so.
Did he give you any hard numbers or quote for his contract? Because ours with Dustin would need re-up to January, I think.
Well, before he wrote anything up, he wanted to see if it was going to be an option for him, or if you guys were hard set for the other guy.
Well,
We approached Dave, Dave didn't approach us, Dave works for Dustin, we're just looking at an option as Buzz moves forward and getting his licensing. I mean, it's gonna be about a $15,000 savings for the next year.
you're saying if we switch to Dave.
If we switch to Dave,
So
And we're going to put in our,
So he gave you a rough number then?
Yeah.
Because we can't, I mean, I don't really want to move forward and,
there's basically 2 different numbers, and one, and the best option would be for us, we're looking at roughly 20,000. If we purchase the lab equipment, which would be about $5,000. We would like to set the lab up in our water plant so that for years to come, we do all of our own lab work right here. I believe that at this time, if we did do that, we would also pick up Madeireville's testing as well in the future, being there's a license.
So who have you talked to that actually has a lab and the true cost of that? I don't see
Dave,
5,000 covered.
well, we have the building, the equipment would be roughly $5,000. Dave's been doing this for over 30 years. I mean, he's not gonna.
So you already know my thoughts on the matter, so.
Right.
You charge them there though, right? If you did their water testing.
Yeah, but you're looking at, 2 years away.
Oh.
The training and everything for us would come through Dave. Obviously, we would do, we'd still have to send our samples off to like Godlove.
The monthly ones still have to go away, but we do our dailies.
But we do the dailies ourselves.
And then when, Buzz, are you eligible to?
I'm eligible now, I have all the paperwork, the
Okay.
books, I've been reading through and
Okay,
working with the rural water guy.
okay.
The overall cost savings, even when Dustin would be gone, is a lot, because you're doing your own lab work here, for the most part. So you're not only saving, you're saving long-term, because you're setting up your own lab to do the testing here specifically versus taking it to Monticello basically every day. You would have to go to Monticello,
Which Dave does already.
which Dave takes to Rensselaer.
Okay.
It's the overall long-term that we're looking at savings-wise. And it's, I mean, as of right now, I mean, obviously you guys can think about it, we can discuss it with Dave, just like we did with Dustin.
The deal when we hired Dustin because we didn't have anybody.
Correct. Now we have options.
So basically, you're wanting to go with Dave for roughly 2 years-ish until Buzz is sustainable for us to do everything.
Correct.
But in the meantime, you're saying you want to set it up basically for him in the long run to be able to do it all.
Yeah, and Dave will do the testing and everything through our lab.
So if we was to eat the cost of the lab equipment, that's, he's guessing roughly $20,000 a year.
That would be his fee,
His
you're
fee.
saying, roughly. Okay.
And that through the process of that, we'll be trained. He'll train us on everything that he does. So it's almost schooling as well for half the cost.
Okay.
I would like to call IDEM and find out exactly what it's going to take to be 100% stuff on that. You know, for him saying it is one thing, and it actually being accurate, I
Yeah,
want
they
to
come
double
and
check.
they come and do the inspection on the lab.
They have to, yeah.
Yeah. Which would be Susie.
Susie doesn't know much.
Well, she's still the
I know she
IDM
is. but
coordinator.
No, the IDEM coordinator.
I do. Yeah.
I'd say we look at it, but
And obviously, like I said, we're talking ahead of bringing Dave in.
Yeah,
Obviously, we can all sit down and you can talk to Dave just as if you were having a pass with Dustin. I'm looking at it as an overall savings.
and basically setting him up in the future.
Correct.
Okay.
So over the next couple of weeks, maybe we can all discuss it, sit down with Dave. I don't know how that would work, that process. Just throwing that out there.
Well, I'm sure Dustin would have questions too, and it'd have to be contract and everything, so,
Right.
okay.
What else? Was that everything?
Do you guys have anything else? I don't have any questions about that. I mean, I will, but
I guess, long-term, Dustin's going away anyway.
Well,
It was
everybody's gotta
temporary.
go away once he gets the license.
Correct. But in the process, why not do your own lab work in-house?
Well, you already know my feelings on that and why.
I'm not sure on the lab part of it.
Well, I don't know if it's, you know, what it's gonna take to set up the lab. I don't see where $5,000 for a organization, I know he's got a lab, he got God Love's got a lab. And I'm sure they didn't cost him just $5,000 to set it up. There's gotta be a lot more equipment, what I would think it would be.
well,
So
if you guys
that's
just,
where we're gonna show you that. I mean, I don't know why I'm not giving you.
I wanna know what the qualifications the state requires, so that we make sure if we're gonna do this,
Right,
we do it
that's
right.
where we'll sit down with Dave and run the numbers.
okay, so in the meantime, just get more hard numbers from
Yeah.
IDEM, from Dave.
We
God
have,
loves.
you know, the biggest part of that is we already have the building space. The water plant's all being moved to the east. That frees up most of that building, and why not utilize it?
Now, if we can do that, you know, once he's set up, that's fine.
Perfect. That's all we have.
All right, clerk?
Nothing for me.
Ready? Any old business?
The pea gravel at the park looks great. I did have some people saying, and I meant to mention this to you the other day, the swings, because there is new gravel, the swings are too low to the ground. I don't know if you've had people tell you, but they were
That's good to hear, though.
requesting they get hired a little bit if you
Okay.
guys get time.
Yeah.
And did we have 4 of the toddler swings? I only saw 3, or was there only ever 3? The new ones?
3 and then the handy
Bring
frame.
that.
Okay, I just noticed there was an empty space yesterday,
Yeah.
and I wondered, okay. Old business? No, I talked with Amber from Baker Tilly. I had some questions about the utility, with the, being raised and everything. She answered some of my questions. And then she mentioned a, oh, Jolene, what was it called? What was it called? She told us we could start a process, or she would get us some information on, oh my gosh, it just fell out of my head. For next year, it's basically like similar to the planning grant that you guys would do. This is irrelevant then. Anyway, I wish I wrote it down because I don't have that paper with me. But basically, it would be at the board's request. It's not necessary and it would cost Baker Tilly to do this, but it's basically like a, oh my gosh, like a 5-year plan, like an improvement plan for the town. We would have to come up with like vision plan and everything. She just basically touched on that, if that's something we would want to do. And I don't see why we wouldn't do that.
Isn't that what Kim Scheiter's doing?
Well, that's what I kind of wanted to mention it because I'm not exactly sure what all the planning grant for Uptown would entail. If you guys are already doing something like that, then it wouldn't necessarily, I mean, it wouldn't be necessary for the town to spend money with Baker Tilly to do that. But I can't think of what she called it. I didn't know if you guys had an update on that for the planning grant or anything. I know that's not necessarily you.
Sure.
I know you were here with Kim.
Yep, and I have not heard from Kim as far as
Okay.
I passed her on the information you sent me.
Yeah.
But and she said she got it, but that's the last I've heard.
Okay. So anyway, and then the only other thing I had, was that trick or treating is November 1st from 5 to 7. If you will help get the word out, and then Jolene, if you'll put it on our next utility bills that go out to the residents. That was the only other thing that I have right now.
New business? Or you just covered that?
I kind of, mixed it.
Right.
Don't forget about those, the ordinances that
Oh,
we
yeah.
did last, please.
I've got a question. If those people want to contact someone to let you know they're on the park board, do you want them to stop by the office, email you? Should I give out your cell phone numbers, or how do you want me to have them contact you?
They can contact Jolene, but if they already have my number, or Susie or Tom's, just tell them to call or
Okay.
text, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I would prefer you don't give my number out if
Oh, that's
they
fine.
don't have it.
Okay.
Just, you
So
know,
is there a town email?
I mean, I have an email, it's just,
So just,
yeah. I won't say it 'cause it's on there, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'll write it down for you and you can
Okay.
send me something whenever.
okay, all right, and it's okay to let them have that, so they
Yeah.
email you? Okay,
And it's on the website too, so.
it's on the website, I'll just tell them that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, ordinance establishing total compensation for the town of Francesville, ordinance number 5 of 2025. And we need a motion.
I'll make a motion, we accept ordinance number 5, the ordinance establishing total compensation for the town of Francesville.
All in favor? I second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carried.
Jolene, this says 2025, but this is supposed to,
No.
it's supposed to say
But I'll
26.
fix it.
Okay, so we don't need to sign this one, we'll have to sign the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ordinance or resolution for appropriations for tax rates, ordinance resolution number 6. We just have to read that, or is that going to be passed?
You read that last time?
Yeah, we can pass it.
You just gotta pass it, it's for the budget, I gotta put it in
I'll make a
gateway.
motion to accept ordinance number, or resolution, and then resolution 6.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Is this the actual copy we signed, Jolene?
Yeah, and then I'll put it in the gateway tomorrow, and we should be good.
And ordinance prohibiting and tampering with or damage with water meters for the town of Francesville. Ordinance number 7 of 2025. Is that going to be 26 as well?
No, because you're gonna pass it now.
All right. And I make a motion to pass that.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, does the board have an opportunity to
Wait,
review claim? But
I did want to touch on the internet, since we passed going with Mike Stinson at the last meeting. There was kind of a bit of a hiccup, but, so it's not fully set up. They just did the wiring today, Jolene said, so it'll be set up hopefully soon. I just wanted to touch on that.
has the board reviewed the claims?
Yes, I'll make a motion, we accept claims as presented.
One second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Any additional comments or additions to our meeting?
I have none.
I have none. You guys? All right, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn at 7:10.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned at